Oh, yes. Just thinking about the Class B felony of my wife being a relative of my 5 sons, yes. Then making sure that I didn't get any notice of dissolution of marriage hearings, yeah. I'm kind of thinking that Class B felony of kidnapping, it's her defense that she could say, yes, I am the mother of Paul's 5 sons. And yes, I did send the notice to the wrong address so that he wouldn't get it. Pooch. Now, I've had this problem that somebody wouldn't change my address from 1023 Kitchen Dick Road. It could be that Pastor Mike Van Proynt might have seen that I got some mail and he thought, well, he just won't get it from me because I didn't get the mail at Kingsway Foursquare Church. Hooch. Now, you know how the family is. They laugh their fucking asses off when you don't get any mail, you don't have your rights enforced, and then there's those throughout this state and every state that said, well, we don't have to coordinate or be accountable to each and every agency. But I think you do. Don't you? Yeah, you're going to fucking prison. Now, when you don't give me notice or opportunity to be heard, and then you allowed for my wife to kidnap my sons, abduct them, exploit them, and use them, I'm sure that it's disloyal to the laws of the United States. It's a breach of confidence. For every sheriff's department said, well, it's not my jurisdiction, but the state legislature said you have to be accountable to one another. You have to cooperate. And then I emailed sheriffs in other counties and said, well, it's not in my state. Well, what do you want to bet, okay? Not being the gambling man, pooch, that I can sue this whole fucking nation. Now, I'm going to want my sons today, and I'm going to want prosecuted every sheriff of the nation that said it's not my jurisdiction. Oh, the peril, the danger of exposure to injury or loss for refusing to read the email. Now, these perishable commodities, yes. I want it to be in food, feed, and fertilizer. You know what I had thought? I have a large amount of garbage that's already in some garbage dumps. Yes. And I can heat that garbage up in an autoclave and make a type of building material that's 12 to 24 inches thick. Yes. High temperature compressed garbage that I could put underneath the desert. Yes. And I can make acres and acres and acres of refrigerated facilities for non-perishable items that don't get warm. Now, you wouldn't think that those in the fruit and vegetable business would have thought that if the electricity goes out, wouldn't it have been better to have an underground storage facility made out of recycled garbage? Where I could keep them at a constant 32 degrees, maybe 33 degrees. Do you know how air conditioning is made? Now, do you know how cold air is made? It takes hot air to make cold air. No! Now, these desalinators I told you about, yes, where I heat the water up using HHO gas, yes. You can actually use high temperature steam to make cold, refrigerated facilities for perishable items. And thinking what I was thinking about the desert of this nation and other nations, yes, if you would stop obstructing my right, I'd like to have hundreds of acres underneath the ground where there's a constant temperature. Yes. And then I'd like to use my garbage dumps and the garbage in those dumps to make these very nice non-perishable food item storage facilities for corporations that are concerned about the electric grid. Now, as an American citizen, okay, there are other nations around the equator that like this idea of burrowing out underneath the desert. Yes, putting in these 12 to 24 inch thick compressed garbage because as an insulation, it works better than anything you've ever fucking thought of.